temperature's not dropping in our studio. This week, Gordon Howie challenges Mark Kirkby and Brian Gosch to put up or shut up. Senator Bruce Rampelberg and Representative Lance Russell are in the House. There's a revival report. Stacey Wollman tells us about kingdom financing, and we'll hear from Dave Hazen on God's remarkable healing power. Buckle up, it's coming at you right now.
South Dakota has always been a state where education is a powerfully controversial subject. Senator Bruce Rampelberg, I'm interested to know your thoughts on this 1% sales tax that will, if passed, add even yet more money for education.
Right. 3 or 4 major things about that. One, I was on the Appropriations Committee. And
so you're to blame for a lot.
Unfortunately, it's somewhat true. But I really found that it was information I really needed to know, because I found out where the money comes from, where it actually gets allocated, and where it actually gets spent on a statewide macro basis. And each individual school district then has its own problems they have to deal with. But I really believe that as a state, right now, we can look at a continuing growth, as long as the economy federally grows as well, that will allow us to continue to move forward with funding education.
So you're saying more money for education in South Dakota?
I really believe that's true, but it won't be $80 million. Okay. It's going to be like 30, 40, 35 million a year.
So you would support the sales tax initiative?
No, I don't.
Okay.
And 2 reasons that I do not support it. One is it really works around the issue of a legislature that's trying to enact the will of the people, and the people are taking it upon themselves to direct the legislature. I think that's backwards.
And you don't think the people should direct the legislature?
No, I do, but I think they do that through electing people, not necessarily initiating.
I thought I had you there.
Yeah, I know. I had to be careful. But number 2, I don't believe that majority of people in our state believe that the schools are in as much trouble as I know they are. I don't think that this bill this initiated measure is going to pass, because I think a lot of people say, look, I'm taxed enough already.
We agree on the sales tax initiative, but I think I hear you saying that education needs more money, and I'm wondering if we have a problem with education in South Dakota, shouldn't we be looking at things like privatization? Shouldn't we have some kind of a voucher system, take the pressure off the public schools, and make quality the issue? Let parents decide.
Well, I think you're right on quality being the issue. And you measure quality by the kids that come out that can move into the workplace. And quite frankly, right now we've been stagnant for about the last 20 years. We put a ton of money into education, and we're basically stagnant in our
more
outcomes.
every year.
That's right.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. When I was on the Citizens Committee here 3 or 4 years ago, I predicted at the time that Rapid City would be $2 million upside down every single year in perpetuity. They would have to fire 40 people a year in order to break even in perpetuity. And even that was a minimum. Now it's $4 million.
That actually makes the case for a voucher system, which reduces the cost of education and increases the quality.
Well, in the way I look at voucher systems, I would debate that perhaps in another issue. But let's stay on this one for right now, because I believe that a voucher issue is going to decimate public schools as we know it.
That's the argument I hear.
But I believe that to be true.
Well, did it do that in Florida?
Well, I'm not familiar with that particular.
I don't think so.
That's my feeling about South Dakota.
Okay.
In our district, the problem we have, even if we put together a voucher system, our schools are just so small and so disparate, it wouldn't work very well here. But let me go on back to the issue.
District 30 isn't the classic case.
No, I know that. Back east and bigger communities.
The real money is back east.
Right. But I do believe that education needs more money on an ongoing basis, because everything else is going up.
How much more would you say?
Well, I'm thinking like 3% a year, which is about what our cost of living is going to cost.
So 30% over 10 years, actually more than 30%.
Well, it's been a lot more than that in the past that we've given them, but that's what I think. But let me go on.
And what has it got us?
Not much, but let me go on. Let me go on. What Governor Dugard did try to do was build a fire underneath the teachers. And so as I've met with people, I say, look, your school board and your superintendents have done nothing except beg for more money as it relates to coming up with a better quality outcome for our students.
You talk about building the fire under the teachers. Reminds me of the old guy who built a fire under his donkey to get him to move, and he did indeed. He moved far enough so the fire was under the cart, and he burnt the cart. Is that what Governor Dugard's done to education?
I don't think so. But we have a lot of misunderstanding out there in the intent of House Bill 1234. It was
That
intended.
1, 2, 3, 4. Just there's something really classic about the number of that bill.
I know, I
It's
can't believe it either. My
education.
gosh, it's like Dick and Jay in a spot. But anyway, the point is, the government and the legislature and the government are trying to lead education in a direction where they can come up with better outcomes and quality education, and that's just one start.
Okay, we're out of time. The other thing the legislature's doing is getting ready to write a bigger check. Question is, taxpayers, are you?